Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the regular meeting of the Nicholas County Board of Education, Monday, May 5th, 2025. Please stand for a moment of silent reflection. Thank you. Please join the board with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the agenda.
No changes to the agenda.
Okay. Approve the minutes of the meetings held on April 21st and April 28th.
Motion to approve those minutes.
Thank you, sir. Motion approved by Mr. Moose, seconded by?
Second.
Second by Mr. Berry. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion unanimous. Student recognitions. 2025 Golden Horseshoe winners.
They all quit fret like we usually do. So all these boards the best. We'll go up front. Skills.
The Board of Education is honored to announce the 2025 Golden Horseshoe winners. Since 1931, students have been honored as Knights of the Golden Horseshoe, having demonstrated exceptional knowledge of West Virginia history on the state-administered exam. This year, 223 winners will join the ranks of West Virginia citizens who have won this prestigious award. Our county winners will have the opportunity to be recognized at the State Golden Horseshoe Ceremony on June 10th in Charleston. We have 4 winners: Tavion Wilson, Preston Lively, Oliver Garcia, Lisa.
Can we get a picture, please? This good looking young man here.
This way, guys. Here we go.
Next, we have young writers.
We would also like to recognize our Young Writers winners. Since 1984, the West Virginia Young Writers Contest has celebrated student writing in the state. The contest grows out of a deep commitment to writing in all subjects and to publishing, displaying, and celebrating of student writing. And I'm also really proud to say that this year we had a state winner, which is awesome. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with third place. We have Jaden Tingler. Paisley Russell. Emma Young. Brooklyn Tully. And Lucas Hensley. And that's all of our third place winners. Guys, we're really proud of you. Yeah. that'd be great. Mr. Beam, do you want a group picture with all the winners?
Get behind
Okay.
this group.
Ready for me to do second? Okay, and these are our second place winners. Silas Chapman. Evelyn Pryor. Jayana Smith. Abby Phillips. Kaylin Williams. Aiden Bragg. Congratulations, guys. Okay, and finally, we have our first place winners. McKenna Tomac. Atla Moore. Claire Taylor. Kinley Gross. Megan Fury, who is also our state winner. And Autumn Knight. Congratulations, everybody.
You're the important.
Yeah.
Right here.
Look out, look out.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Don't you go with it? Okay.
Okay, let me do it this way.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we go.
And John.
Next, we have Skills USA.
Good evening. Thank you to the superintendent and the board members for giving us this brief opportunity here to celebrate our Skills USA medalists from the state competition that was held in Fairmont last month. I know you all are very well aware of Skills, but for your viewers who may not be, Skills USA is a career and technical student organization serving over 442,000 students and teachers in middle schools, high schools, and colleges, and is the only organization that encompasses all students and all programs at our career center. Skills USA mission is to empower students to become skilled professionals, career-ready leaders, responsible community members. We aim to produce the most highly skilled workforce in the world by providing every member with the opportunity for career success. Over the past 4 years, our chapter has been recognized as a West Virginia Gold Chapter of Distinction, recognizing our commitment to fostering personal, workplace, and technical skills grounded in academics. This year is no different, and now we have the honor of announcing that our chapter has been chosen as one of only 24 schools nationwide to be named a 2025 Skills USA Model of Excellence. Our program, the program promotes the learning of skilled workers as outlined in the framework for student development. Our chapter is in the top 8 in the nation due to our efforts to ensure our students are proficient in workplace skills. So we're in the top 8 for workplace. So we will find out at the national conference next month in Atlanta to see if we take out the top spot. So hopefully we will. So we'll start with our bronze medalist. We have one West Virginia State bronze medalist in nursing assisting skills, and that's Brooke Bailey. Next, we have our West Virginia State silver medalist in screen printing, Ray Morera. In medical terminology, Kaylin Williams. For skilled carpentry showcase, Timothy Mao. In Teamworks, we have Gavin Keenan, Aiden Cook, who is also our chapter parliamentarian, Colby Kelly, and Darren Henline. And also for our silver medalists, we have entry-level welding 1, Autumn Kessler. Now for our gold medalists, who will be going on to the national competition in Atlanta, representing our school for outstanding chapter. This team consists of 3 of this year's school officers: Savannah Bailey, who is our treasurer, Troy Wynn, he is our secretary and vice president, and Caitlin Kessler, who is our president, but she was also elected as the 25-26 West Virginia State Skills USA officer. Next, we have related technical math. That's Braden McPherson. Chapter display. That's three individuals: Avalon Ballou, Josiah Stewart, and Alyssa Bailey. Power equipment technology, Alexander Rogers. Carpentry, River Garland. Welding, Grayson Williams. And our welding fabrication team of Brennan Legg, Zane Spencer, and Mason Bailey. Okay, thank you.
You went up there for a picture.
No, I don't need that.
You don't do it. Okay, we're gonna have to do a little bit. Not our neighbors. And I can't see from Mr. Moose back there or Mr. Barry.
We can't get any taller.
Done that growing it, son.
You can do that?
Just squat.
Yeah, just like.
Y'all got young men.
Okay, can I see all my board members? Mr. Moose? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Good job, guys.
Boys there.
Great.
There's some big boys back there.
One beside you.
Yeah. They're out. Oh, my God, check my boy. I'm his. Actually, if he wanted to arm wrestle, he said, yeah.
Well, they're all leaving.
Give him a chance.
Roe and Sue, see ya. Yes, I did.
Who? Richard who?
I know. They told us at church yesterday.
Here, kiddo. Please speak.
Just checking.
Superintendent's information updates.
Just a couple quick announcements today. We keep getting calls about the last day of school. The last day for students is June the 5th. And the last day for employees is June the 6th, unless they have not worked their parent-teacher conferences off, then they have to come back on the 9th, which includes service personnel. So that's the big things, the kids, the last day for them is June 5th. Now seniors, of course, is before that, and preschool, I think, is before that, but the students in general, June 5th. The only other thing I want to talk about real briefly is we had posted a position. I'll give you a little bit of history on this for the Ridgewood Academic Complex. That school is going to contain, that building is going to contain 3 schools. One's elementary, one's middle, one's high. And my experience is that you need one person to oversee a building. You don't need 3 people, 3 different principals in one school. But the mediated agreement that was done back in, I guess, in 16, 17, somewhere in there, required that they keep all 3 identities and 3 different administrations and all that. So we have to follow that. But the concern we had was that anytime you have 3 different leaders running a school, all of them have their different personalities, all have different goals and objectives and what they consider as good climate, good culture at their school. And you're going to have 3 different groups of students in one facility. So we needed somebody to oversee that, to kind of create a transition with unity of the 3 schools into one building and one set of rules that everybody would follow. These kids are going to start off at 4 years old. Some of them 3 years old, will stay in that same facility until they're 18 till they graduate. And so to have 3 different sets of rules and guidelines to go by is very confusing to kids. So we need one common theme for that school to operate under. And that was the purpose behind creating that position. Well, I still think that position is necessary. I think you still need someone to be in charge of the facility because you're going to have different issues. We've already seen issues where you have a gym, an auditorium, and who gets to use it when? Who gets to use it next? We got a Christmas practice. We got to use the auditorium for our practice. Well, we need to do it for this, that, and the other. You need somebody. That's just one small example. It could be anything that goes on during a school year. And those of you, all of you are involved in education. There's a lot goes on. I got a handout today. It's this one right here. Just upcoming events just for this month. When you have a lot of things going on in a school, somebody's got to make that decision. Plus the other issue is this. You can very easily have a student discipline issue that involved an elementary and middle school kid or a middle school and a high school kid. Hopefully not an elementary and a high school, but you don't know. Who handles that situation? Does the middle school person handle it? Is the elementary? Is the high school? Depending on who the kids are. Who makes the decision? How do you discipline those students? You got to be consistent the way you handle a discipline issue. One principal may want to handle it more strenuously or strictly, and the other may be more lenient. Then you got parents upset because, well, they did the same thing and my kid got this punishment and this kid got this punishment. That's not fair. You need somebody to mediate that. And that's what the purpose of the position was and still is. But, we had to make a lot of very difficult personnel decisions, in the last 6 weeks, whatever it's been, to reduce staff because we do have a budget we have to be cognizant of. And we determined that the price of this position, even though it's necessary, we just couldn't afford to do that. We didn't think it was fiscally responsible for us to do that. And even though we felt like the position is needed, but we've got a plan B, and you always have to have a plan B. Our plan B is this, and this has already been discussed with our principals at Cherry River and Richwood Middle and Richwood High. Amy McAllister is our Director of Secondary Services. So she's already in charge of overseeing, to a large extent, our middle schools and high schools. Amy has a lot of experience as a principal. She was principal in Greenbrier County for a long time. She was at Greenbrier West for 11 or 12 years. And so she knows what it's like to get people to work together in one facility. So she's going to be in charge of that building. She will not get any additional salary. She'll just get additional responsibilities. And that's kind of the way it works these days. So we are still going to have someone in charge of that building. Like I say, the principals are aware of it. She's going to sit down with them. Another perfect example, scheduling. Scheduling buses, scheduling classes, scheduling plannings. We're going to have shared services in this building. We're going to have teachers that are teaching both middle school and high school. We could possibly have people that teach elementary and middle both if they have a K-6 certification or 6-12 certification. A sixth grade teacher may be teaching an elementary class if we need it. Right now, that's not probably going to be necessary, but it very easily could be necessary in the future if our numbers continue to drop and we have to share our services and can't hire additional staff. So she's going to sit down with them, work out a schedule, the bus schedules and the planning schedules, and just the general bell schedules. I mean, you can't have bells going off all day long. You know, it disrupts instruction. So the position is necessary, but we think we can do it in a way that will not cost the county any more money. And that's the purpose behind it. So that's the long and short of it, mostly long of it. But I wanted to explain to the board exactly why we had to do what we did financially, but still the needs of the position is there. Now, Amy will not be at that school every day, 360 days a year. She won't be there that often, but she will at the beginning of school. And this summer, she'll be working with those teachers and principals to get the ball rolling. And I'm hoping at least the first 6 weeks, she'll be there a lot to make sure that everything's on track, because there's going to be some transition, because the elementary kids won't be going in when the middle and high school kids do. They won't be going in until later in the fall. So there will be two actual transitions, one with the middle school and high school, and then when the elementary joins them. So I just wanted to kind of give the community an update on what that position was for, the reason behind it, the need for it, but the way we're going to actually fill the job. And we did have some really good applicants. We had several in-county applicants who was interested in that position. And they would, you know, I'm sure we could have found somebody that would have been capable of doing that job just fine. But we feel like Amy can do that job and again, save the county some money and not put any more money into our administrators. And that's all I have.
Delegations.
No, sir.
Thank you. Action items. Action item A, discussion with possible action on approving the MOU with the Southern Educational Services Cooperative, which is the SESC, for bus operator training examination services. Basically, that's the same thing we've done for last couple years.
Yeah, I don't know if the prices have gone up as the charges changed any. I don't usually, but you're right, we do. We do this every year.
3 years.
Any questions or discussion on that? If not, action item B, discussion with possible action on approving the MOU with Bluefield State University for clinical students, student teachers, resident teachers, 2025-26.
I'm not sure how many colleges we have MOUs with for student teaching.
We usually have these two plus one.
Okay.
Where most of them come.
Glenville and Concord and Bluefield. Okay.
Okay, if there's no discussion on that, action item C, discussion with possible action on approving the MOU with Concord University EPP for clinical students, student teachers, residents, resident teachers, 2025-26.
I like to see they put a provision in there that they're trying to get student teachers nearer their home. Used to be they wouldn't allow that. They discouraged that, but
They did.
I think that's a good point.
Action item D, discussion with possible action on approving the temporary easement with Hope Gas. Incorporated. And that's in Richwood Valley
Chris, can you
Avenue,
give us an update on that? You know anything about that?
South Buckshire.
You should have a map and an agreement that was
Wait.
approved here.
We do.
Okay, so they're trying to do some, gas line upgrades in the town of Richwood. And so they needed a laydown yard for their pipe. So I was worried about that since it was in the floodway, but I've contacted Mercer Norton and she's contacted FEMA and they've approved that we are allowed to do that. So it is kosher with FEMA, for us to use that as a laydown. And I think they did put a date. The first contract I got did not have a date, but that one has a date.
Yeah, May 12th,
Yeah,
May 12th. Yeah, next week.
but they're looking.
The only thing I see a problem with is Richwood. If they have their graduation, that's their only parking real. I mean,
If you want to try to call and,
Richwood graduation is what? 20?
First. 21st, yeah.
22nd here.
that.
It's gonna last 4 weeks, so it's gonna last till the middle of June.
I mean, I hate to pass up on the $3,000 because we can use that money, but I don't want to make it hard on their graduation. What do you, rest of you think?
Now, where will the pipe be laid or stored?
Beside the red gym, in the,
Besides the gym?
in the parking lot.
And they marked it on the map that I sent you.
I don't. Where's the map?
It's a different one, because that's,
It wasn't on there.
yeah.
It's,
I don't see it. I don't see it either.
It was in that email. You want me to try to bring that up for you so you can see it?
Sure.
but it's the parking lot of the red gym, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you need to know.
Yeah, if there wasn't a minute.
On the right-hand side, I mean, if you're facing the gym, it's over,
Probably.
okay, well, why don't they put it up there and where all that pavement is, where they made us tear down the auditorium and all that stuff. Plenty of space up there.
Still have graduation at the red gym. It's gonna be full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could allow them to park in the green zone there, the grass, where the school was.
Well, the only thing is last year or
Rain.
the year before, it was pouring rain. You know, they'll have the graduation more than likely at the football field if it's pretty.
That's the map they sent me. So, is that parking there or is that the grassy area?
That looks like it's on the
I think that's the grassy
other
area.
side there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is on the other side. It's towards the, it is towards the auditorium. See where the road goes through?
Yeah, this,
Yeah.
So in just that area right there,
Oh, it's not in the park.
yeah, the yellow area was their laydown yard.
I say go for it then. I thought it was in the actual parking lot.
No, they said, and we had it cleared, they said they would take the soil off and reseed it and put it back they're going to take care of it.
I think most of that's gravel all the way out to the sidewalk now. They park
But
all the way out to the sidewalk.
I misunderstood when we were talking about it, Chris. I thought you were on the other side of the gym.
That's the math they sent me.
Well, I'm good with it then.
Like 4 or 5 acres.
So they may take up this whole area, but I don't know why they highlighted that red. If it's 1.45 acres, it probably is that parking area. That probably, I imagine it would be that. If you think that's an acre, I don't know.
It's not, that wouldn't be an acre.
Contract.
Yeah, if you look at the contract.
It's about 50, well,
So,
yeah,
I mean, that's the.
maybe 75.
Because you still have the wooden shed there also.
Yeah, it's 1.5 acres.
That was my communication with him, attached as our standard temporary agreement.
That might be on that side where the over 10 in there. That'd be about an acre.
That's probably,
Acre and a half.
that's probably the whole area.
Yeah, where the vocational.
1.5 acres it has to be.
Because an acre is about the size of a football field, roughly.
The 208 feet. An acre's 208 feet, the 208 feet.
What are you laughing at? Because I was cheating?
She just said the football field.
That's what it is, roughly.
Then put that down by the river. That's trees there.
What's the big green box around it, Chris? You see the green line?
I think that's properties. Looks like the tax map.
Is that our whole area
I
there?
think that's their property. I was assuming it was the yellow box that they. But I think they're asking for easement so they can drive on it, but that's where they're gonna be storing their pipes. Because if you look, it says easement to cross. I don't know. If you wanna, let me try to call that fella? Let y'all talk to him?
I just hate to take up their parking when they have a major event and there's not much parking there to start with. And that red gym is packed out,
Yeah,
about 150 degrees in there.
I just told him I'd bring it to you, so I'm doing my due diligence. It's your decision.
Might just clarify whether that yellow area is the area he's wanting to use or the whole,
Should we call him? And he can-
Yeah,
that's definitely not an acre, whatever. Third, whatever.
Plus during homecoming now, they're planning to have all of the people that display and sell things in the red gym instead of down at the armory. So there again, we'll need some parking.
They should be done by then.
I was looking for his number, sorry.
So what, mid-June?
Um,
They're replacing all the lines, or just the roads and areas.
4 weeks, that could be all of June, couldn't it? Yeah, it might be, yeah.
So,
I hope gas.
All right.
Replacing all their old lines, I guess.
Looking for his number.
No.
Can I give you a written, message? So if I did.
Have they taken down that building that used to be used for,
Let me check my
meals?
message.
is it gone now? I can't remember. Okay, so there's some space there, but
Yeah, there's a lot of grassy spots there that you park.
yeah, grassy.
Okay, go ahead. Just hold on, let me vote on that one yet until we go ahead and do the other stuff.
Can we table it till we get some more information?
Well,
Well, next
No.
board meeting will be too late.
yeah,
Oh,
let's,
Move on.
let's come back to it. Let's go to action item E, discussion with possible action on approving the contract for SMS and Shepherd University. Wow, we'll fill her in.
I didn't understand what that was. I know it involves the Honor Society and the Student Council, but I don't think it ever said what it really was. Is it a leadership conference or does anybody know?
Christina's here.
It's their contract. They're going to Philadelphia and they stay at Shepherd.
Oh, okay. That's what it is.
Okay,
Yeah, so they stay at Shepherd and they provide like their evening meals and they stay in the dorms. And then it's a 45-minute drive to DC. And then I think it's an hour and a half or 2 hours to Philadelphia.
they've done that before, haven't they?
They did last year.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, they give us a really good rate to stay at Shepherd. Per student is cheaper than a hotel. And it's a campus.
Is that a recruiting tool for Shepherd? Is that what that is?
What's that?
Recruiting tool?
Whatever works.
Yeah, gotcha. I vote on, skip D for now, come back to it.
Let's vote on action items A, B, C, and E. And we'll skip D and come back to it after finance. So do we have a motion to approve A, B, C, and E?
Make that motion.
Okay, Mr. Barry makes a motion, second by Mr. Green. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion unanimous. Let's see, that was. Were you first or second?
I made the motion.
Mr. Green was second. Okay, consent items, finance.
Yeah, she wasn't here.
She sent us that,
Sent
sent it early.
questions about her. anything.
Right.
Yeah. Sent the paper. I guess if there was any questions, she asked us to call her, didn't she?
She did.
Think so.
Yeah, I'd like an update on American Benefit. I see,
I did talk to her about that when you called me
uh,
and she was going to reach out and find out what's going on. But I know that they had gotten, there was concerns about the dentist not getting paid on time.
yeah,
And that-
they had payments dated a year ago and every time they call American Benefit, they would tell them, well, it's lying here. And they said, well,
Really.
process it. And nothing happens over and over.
So it wasn't us dropping the ball. It was the company.
Yeah, it's the company.
Okay. Me make myself a note and I'll have, Kristen at the next board meeting, give you an update on exactly where we are with it.
Okay.
American Dental,
American Benefit, the dental.
yeah. Okay, that's, May.
So we went ahead and voted on action items A, B, C, and E. Mr. Berry made the motion, Mr. Green seconded. It was unanimous.
Green. And that's A, B, C, and E.
And we just skipped D for now.
Did we find a phone number from him?
No.
I emailed him asking to call me.
But, and in the event that you learn something before the next meeting, will you have her contact me?
I
So,
will.
so my dentist will see me.
Is this the same company that the county's used for a long time?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because we switched, in Pocahontas County, we had to switch for this very reason. We switched to a different company
Yeah.
and the dentists were tickled with it.
Are you needing a form or?
No, they're just slow about paying.
They're slow about getting the dentist paid. That's exactly what we were running into in Pocahontas. Exactly the same thing.
Yeah, I see we're making our payments. We just
Right.
send them.
I just want to make sure it wasn't, we weren't dropping the ball somewhere.
Yeah.
We're good about D.
Okay, let's back up and hit D. Let's make a decision on what to do.
Just email him, and he may call me. Do you want to, can you put that off until after the public hearing? In the same meeting?
The same meeting you can, yeah. You want to,
And
you
then
don't
we'll
have
have the
to.
time to respond to the email.
Okay.
I'm his active.
Oh, okay.
Well, we'll finish up with payment of current invoices then. Anybody have any questions? Okay, out-of-state travel request, Richwood High School trip 402 to Kennywood. And that's county bus. And then trip 464, Mount Nebo Elementary to Dollywood. And that is one county bus.
We have small buses, they're 10 or 15, 20 people. And we have to send a full-size bus, I guess.
We do.
I think they got the same fuel mileage.
Yeah, they get about the same mileage. It's about the same mileage. And one thing about it, if you're on one of these buses and there's 20 people and each one gets a seat, that's,
Yeah.
It's not too bad. Still quite a ride.
I know we used to have some vans and,
Yeah.
yeah.
okay, do we have a motion to approve consent items, finance, and out-of-state travel request 1 and 2?
I just, there was a picture of that copying machine. What kind of copying machine was that?
No,
And,
no, that's what she sent us in the email.
yes. But I think it was some kind of copying machine or something,
Yeah, what?
but that's, I've never seen anything like it.
An interactive projector.
All interactive projector. Well, we won't worry about it right now. I guess we and know what they're
Well,
getting.
Kristen sent that in that email.
Because of
Yeah.
the name of the.
It's called a Beam Mobile. It's not a scooter for Mr. Beam. It's,
Not. It is not.
he's not there yet.
Close.
Well, I think,
I was curious about that too. It
yeah.
looks like a robot or something.
Yeah.
It's a mobile projector. Okay, if there's no other discussion, do we have a motion to approve finance payment of current invoices and out-of-state travel request 1 and 2?
So move.
Mr. Moose makes a motion, seconded by
Second
by Mr. Berry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion unanimous. Personnel.
Yes, we don't have any changes to personnel. I would like to say that, the rescinding personnel, that we did board action on earlier, the need no longer exists. That was a kindergarten ECAT at Mount Lookout, and they went above the 11. They're at 13 now, and they actually have 2 more that is anticipating enrolling. And I believe we mentioned earlier about the embedded grants, that they are a line item in the budget, and that was approved. And we were holding off a little bit because there were some modifications, but the modifications was not to the embedded ELA and math, it was to another part of the funding. So we are very comfortable that we will have that funding for next school year.
Yeah, we can talk about the budget, about the state budget.
I'm sorry, yes, the state budget. These CTE positions are a line item in the state budget, and until the governor signs that budget, he can strike any line item out of the budget. And so we had to wait for the budget to be signed to make sure that these grants would be funded. And they were for next year. And these are year-to-year grants.
And if we hadn't of, if we didn't do it during personnel season, then we were just stuck putting the bill.
Yes, that is correct.
Probably be the same place this time next year, the same positions.
The only good thing about next year is the legislative session will be earlier. This year it was late because of the new governor. So next year it will be 30 days earlier. So we would know something before personnel season,
Very good.
perhaps. And then we did have, this is the last year of the implementation of the House Bill 3035, which put ECATs in first, second, and now this year, 3rd grade. So this is the last year that we should have a huge influx of ECATs at any grade level. From now on out, we'll just have to watch the numbers and make sure that we are staying within the numbers. And it'll be kind of like kindergarten. If we're really, on the fence with the number of students in a class, we may have to do some personnel action so we're not carrying excess when we don't need to be. We will have, I will have some jobs that go up tomorrow because there will be some more ECATs where they moved around in other schools. They're now moved to some of these jobs, so that created an opening. So we should have, I think we have 5 more positions to be posted that will go up tomorrow. And I anticipate at the most having 1 ECAT or 1A that may not have a position and 1 cook out of all the personnel action that we did.
Because we had some openings.
Because we had some openings and we had some people that retired, yes. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Well, I just want to, one of the items on the agenda is Ms. White's was retiring at the end of this year. And I just want to thank her for the 2 years that she has worked in this position to help us try to get our budget and our personnel back in line with where it needed to be. It's a thankless job. It's a hard job. And she's had to have those tough discussions with people, and it's not easy to do. It's not a very popular position sometimes. I've been there and done that. And she's done it with a lot of professionalism and grace, and I appreciate her very much.
Well, not only that, she was doing transportation for,
She was still doing transportation this morning, even with Mark here. She was, had bus drivers in there talking to him about our transfers. So. Yeah, she's done a lot.
well, if there's no other discussion, do we have a motion to accept the personnel agenda as presented?
Make a motion.
Mr. Green makes a motion, seconded by
Second.
Mr. Moose seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you. Reports, SESC.
There's not been a meeting recently.
Okay. Bright Horizons, Mr. Green?
We did not have the meeting last month either.
Okay. Items for future agendas, matters of the board. Kim, I'm assuming that West Virginia School Board will let us know when Mr. Stats is, so just be watching for that, because I think he was scheduled either tomorrow or next day to do his
Okay.
his,
Shirley will let me know. I sent her his information and she said she'd let me know when he was done.
okay, so other than that, anybody else have anything for future agendas or matters of the board?
I saw that they sent you all an email about the board evaluation.
Yes,
So that's probably something that has to be done. I'm not sure when the deadline is at.
July 31st,
Okay. So that's something,
something we can
be
put
a
off.
future agenda. Put it off as long as you can.
List that on our next agenda or just wait and see if we hear from Shirley.
I would wait, but we'll have to be prepared. Mr. Stats asked me, would we swear him in? And I said, yes. So we'll maybe tentatively ask Mr. Callahan if he'd come and do that, or if he's not available, Mr. Tucker, either one of them. Okay, if no one has anything, future meeting dates, and these times may change if their student hearings are added. Regular meeting Monday, May 19th, 5 o'clock here at the board office. Regular meeting Monday, June 2nd, here at the board office at 5 o'clock. And regular meeting Monday, June 16th, 5 o'clock here at the board office. And everybody has been given that updated upcoming events.
Yeah. Right. What time are the graduate? 7 o'clock.
Now we're gonna have our expulsion hearing before we try to act on that.
Is Nicholas County NCHS, is it at the Armory? Oh,
He didn't email you back, did he?
I think we proved that.
Yeah, it's at the free.
I think so.
Well, what do y'all think? We need to make a decision on that.
Let's say, let's do it.
Probably. let him
Work
do it.
around it.
Yeah.
Work around it.
What do you think, Roy? Work around it?
Well, yeah, I mean,
50-50.
Chris, you're kind of the contact with him on that. I mean, we'll go, I'm assuming we'll maybe go ahead and approve this, but if you could,
Yeah, I was trying to ask him to give us as much space as possible for that day. If we
Yeah.
could not set their equipment there or something.
So he knows we have graduation coming up that week.
Yeah. I'll let him know if you approve it and do that.
they'll probably cooperate.
Yeah, they're pretty rare in the start. They've been trying to get us to do this for
Yeah.
quite some time.
okay, so do we have a motion to back on action item D? We have a motion to approve action item D.
I make it motion.
Mr. Berry makes a motion to approve action item D. Do we have a second? Second by Mr. Green. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion unanimous. At this time, we need a motion to go into executive session for student disciplinary hearings.
I make the motion.
Mr. Moose makes a motion, seconded by Mr. Berry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? 5:55.
Thanks for the hog nose snack.
How we doing?
Great. Good start.
I told about 10 people trying to track you down. There was this thing.
Okay, do we have a motion to come out of executive session? Make a motion. Mr. Green makes a motion, seconded by Mr. Berry, seconds. All in favor? Aye. At 6:28. And do we have a motion to adjourn?
I make the motion.
Mr. Berry makes a motion. We have a second. Second. Second by Mr. Green. 6:28. Oh, there was, yeah, sorry.
I'll get it.
Both students were expelled through the end of the first semester of 2026.